went and talked to him, the job superintendent, whatever, and I'm like, that's the original occupancy permit with the first dollar they ever made. Is an historic building. I says, those are the first residential cottages in thing. Can I have it? He says, I can't have you in there. I says, I'm not going in there. Can you just walk over there and pull it off the wall? Nope. What are you going to do with it? Tear it down? I says, shouldn't somebody just grab that? He says, well, there's a basement, it's not safe right there. Please, not safe. I walk in there and grab it in 3 seconds, but they won't let me, you know? It's an historical document right there. I said, so what are you going to do with it? Tear it down, throw it in the dump? Yep. I said, it's an historical document. Somebody needs to get it. And then I'm talking to him about, oh, you mean those little cottages? I says, those are the first residents in Ogden. The oldest in Ogden, this historic city. But it's like talking to a brick wall as far as history goes. Those old cottages, thank God I got video. They're the oldest in Ogden. This is the oldest part of Ogden, 28th right here. The old wall used to come right up here. This is the oldest of the old. Historic as it gets, no one cares. The mayor, the historical society, I've batted my head with them for years. It's like the 1905 Masonic Temple, Leslie Hodgson's first building. I'm like, what permits I know? They're going to tear it down. I'm like, no. You can't tear that down. Hey, you know what it was? Leslie Hodgson's first. When he was 20, he was just a kid. It's one of the most historic buildings in the country. I hand chiseled it and put it back. You know, I had 29 on Washington Boulevard alone, but no one cares about the history. They don't give a shit. They even have historical societies here who get paid to care about it. How about that beautiful glass block there? Wouldn't you think they would come in here and just remove stuff like that? You know how much one of those glass blocks costs? Get on the internet and look at them, what they go for. The reclaimed brick business, I used to be in that business until I got cancer. You know, we used to reclaim stack brick, come in here and salvage all this historic stuff, even, fight them. Those cottages should have been saved. So I tried, I tried, but it's just, beating my head against the wall. This kid has no clue. The superintendent has no clue. I might as well be talking Martian to him. And then nobody from the city gives a shit. Tear it all down. The whole city's being torn down. The gentrification of America, the great artisan city, going down. It isn't like I don't try. I try. It's just like beating my head against the wall. I saved the Masonic Temple with my mind, and I hand chiseled it with all that's put back together, mix my own, talk about it 7 days a week for 4 months, 12 hours a day. I single-handedly saved it. They wouldn't tear it down. I've done single-handedly saved a lot, but I'm up against a tsunami of ignorance. Think about this, metaphorically. That's the first dollar they ever made, I'm sure. Why else would it be there? The old historic sand trap. Which is historic as hell, and the original occupancy permit still hanging on the wall. Wouldn't you think when they shut the thing down, somebody would go take that? Well, it was probably hidden behind a false wall. That's what I'm thinking. There was probably a wall there that hid it. People didn't know it was there because they wouldn't have left it. Well, maybe they would have, but I don't think so. So, look at the China night. Tear the whole city down, right? Look at the occupancy permit hanging on the wall, and the first dollar was ever made. And they expose that, and I says, can I have it? You can't go in there. And I'm like, well, you go grab it for me. Nope. You're going to throw it in the dump.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, you think? Fucked up's the word. The city's fucked up. This is their answer to everything. Tear it fucking down. And you don't believe me? I've well documented the whole fucking city. The mill stream. I just go on and on and on. The old Fred Meyers, go on and on. The whole city's fucking tore down over the last decade. They don't give a shit. Going, gone. Isn't like I don't try. It makes me sick. I've fought so hard for so long, and I saved so much shit that Like I said, I talked to him about that. It ain't his decision. He's just the freaking worker.
Really over the worst spot right there.
Yeah, I know. Freaking. I think there was there a wall there that you exposed?
So that's the wall.
Was there a wall in front of the wall? Or did they just leave that?
No, they just left that.
Unreal, right? Yeah, well.
There's a bunch of stuff that got left. No, there wasn't like a wall covering that.
Oh, so it was just, so they just walked away and left it.
No, it's just a room.
Well, you know, whatever. But like you said, the worst spot to get in, like you said. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
Ain't like we didn't try. At least I got a video of it. Ain't your fault.
Maybe I'll once I'm waiting for a truck. So once I go over now, we'll push some stuff right there and see if I can walk over to it. But that whole wall, I don't even know how it's still standing because it's like if I go over there and feel it with my hands, the whole thing will come down.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah, dangerous as hell. I get it. I get it. I used to be in the reclaim business. I used to come into these jobs before I owned Blanche Plastering. We'd come in and get the glass block. We'd pallet all the brick. Made a lot of money. There's a lot of money in reclaim, but not anymore. Nobody wants to do it, which I don't get it.
No, but I guess the amount, like with going with them, like it's
labor.
Retarded about like the labor.
The labor.
Yeah.
That's it. But we used to pay by the brick. So these guys would just flock in and stack brick. They made a lot of money paying by the brick, and then we'd resell it. The resell, like that glass block, shit. You know what what that glass block goes for a piece? But like I said, you have to be careful in the labor of getting it down.
It's a little bit time consuming on that end. And
yep.
Like,
and so we know.
Everybody just wants their thing cleared up and out of the way, and it's like,
welcome
go.
Welcome to Ogden, right?
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah. Like that. We've been doing a lot of work in Salt Lake, and there was this old building from like the 1900s, apartment building complex. A lot of brick and
beautiful stuff.
Get it down.
Yeah, get it down. Throw it in the dump.
Inside, like some of the old tile and stuff.
Oh, look online what that shit goes for. The reclaimed brick, the reclaimed tile. Oh, it goes for giant money because there aren't any.
Yeah.
And like I said, everybody just wants to tear it down. So
everybody just wants it down so they can start with new, and they could care less about it.
My name's Kevin Blanche, by the way.
Nice to meet you, Efrain.
Nice. Well, you know, so yeah, those old cottages were the original in Ogden. Those are the oldest residents in the city. Those cool little cottages.
These were built in the 1950s, though. That's like they did the reports and stuff that I got because I had to pull a bunch of permits and like, know the age of them and stuff.
They were restored in 1950. They were built in 1890.
Oh, okay.
The occupancy permits might show 90 because that's when the first stuff started up. Okay. But some of the stuff like that building right there, the works machinery building, and those.
I was gonna say that one looks really old.
It is really old. Probably 1880s. But no, those cottages go back to 1890s.
One of them was remodeled. It was pretty nice on the inside, like new cabinets and tile and stuff in it.
Yeah.
But one of them was had some fire damage.
Oh yeah. So, I mean, they were a disaster, but nobody restores anything around here.
I mean, it does cost a bunch too, though.
Oh yeah.
Restored, you know?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You said if you're trying to like.
It's all about money now, right?
It's all money.
Whatever, if it's 5 cents cheaper, they're doing it. We have historical societies here that we have them all over here, but they don't do anything. They don't care. Like I said, you'd think just the preservation, and like I said, somebody just wants it to have it. You know, use the old tile.
Yeah.
Good luck trying to find some of that. I'm an old plaster.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, and then that, like that stuff too, like not. I guess salvaging some of that may cost prices on the stuff that does get salvaged a lot more because
it's expensive.
It's expensive because nobody's saving it either, you know.
That's why it's cost so much. Look at the reclaimed tile online. Shit, one piece of tile like that goes for $15.
Yeah, that's gonna say that's the little squares at that apartment building that I was telling you about. It had that whole bathroom tile, kind of that.
I can't believe somebody doesn't go in there. Some contractor doesn't get into the reclaimed. I was in that business. I got leukemia and I got out.
They didn't either because they had it like a permit to tear that building down for months.
Yeah.
Before we could get to it, so everybody knew that it was coming.
Same here.
And this one too since like May.
Yeah.
It's been. Hey, it's
And nobody come. I've got cancer. I've got leukemia, and I had a heart attack, so I got out of the business. So I can't do it. I mean, I can't do it. My whole crew's all pretty well died. I'm getting old.
There were some people that showed up. Like, I mean, I'm already into knocking to the building. It's like you had months to come.
Right. I've been by. I videoed it all before you freaking knocked it down. So I did. I've been on it.
Yeah.
And I go to the city, and I'm like, what can I have? And it's like bringing your head against the wall. The city doesn't help you. You know, all the city had to say is, hey, we're going to come in. We're going to get some of this stuff. They got government paid employees. You know, send the city in, take whatever they need to take, and then let you guys, like you said, they had months to do it.
I mean, for me, they can take as much stuff they want because that's for me, less for me to take, you know?
Right.
So, yeah.
But once you start the construction, you can't have people in here.
Yeah, I can't. I mean,
You'll get,
it's like,
you'll get sued.
Yeah, something happens to them. And then,
Oh, can you imagine? You'll be out of business. Yeah, I get it. Well, appreciate it. You know, so it is what it is. We tried. I got it on video.
Yeah, no, like I said, if I knock the wall down and I fill in some of the hole,
Yeah.
I can get it out, I'll grab it. But
Like I said, it ain't that big of a deal. If it sat there on the wall the whole time, the owner just walked away from it.
They did.
So what do you do?
They took the bar. They did take that and then some other stuff, but everything else that was left behind, they just didn't want it. They didn't want it.
They didn't give a shit because the original owners die. Their kids don't know the history. They don't care. This is one famous. This is the oldest part of Ogden, right here. There used to be a wall right up there on 28. It's called they built to keep the Shoshone out.
Oh.
We're talking 150 years ago. These neighborhoods, more than that. It'll be 200 years that fur traders got here next year. There was no Europeans here in this city until 200 years ago next year. This is all Shoshone land. So they've boomed and crashed just as fast as it boomed. Right on, man. Stand